So like we've talked about a lot, where instead of just doing our own mock drafts and doing work, sometimes we'll just take a look at other people's mock drafts and just be like, there you go. Because we're all about that lazy content. We got some comments. All the channel is lazy content. Well, yeah. No shit, Sherlock. What's the work around here? Anyway, we're taking a look at USA Today's mock draft. This came out yesterday. This is by Michael Middlehurst Schwartz. Now, there's some good things on here. There's some awesome things, and there's some really interesting things going on. So, number one, Jets Lawrence. That's a fait accompli. Seems like it. 2, Jaguars Fields. I think that this is starting to be a pretty easy peasy 1 and 2. I don't really see anyone lapping the Jaguars or even the Jets potentially, since all the other teams at least have 2 wins. I don't really see the Jets putting up 2 on the board, and the Jaguars, yeah, about that. So the Giants picking up Penny Sewell. So we talked about this. They got Andrew Thomas. They got Matt Pert. They have a lot of really interesting offensive line play. Plus Will Hernandez in there. And other than that, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's rough. Number 4. So Cowboys. That secondary has been garbage, straight garbage, and now it's even worse. Trevon Diggs broke a bone in his foot, but pairing him up, Bama, roll tide. Number 5, so I hadn't seen this one yet, but it does make sense. So Washington at 5, taking Zach Wilson out of BYU. Now, I actually think it's more likely than not at this point that Trey Lance is drafted after Zach Wilson, and that's through no fault of Trey Lance's at all. It's just because he isn't playing this year. Zach Wilson is, and he's balling. Especially if Zach Wilson gets in a pretty substantial New Year's Day bowl, and then shows up and shows out against a quality Power 5 opponent. I think that could shoot up his draft stock. 6, Micah Parsons with the Chargers. That's just gross. That's just it happens every single year where the teams like 6, 7, 8, and just a high quality player just drops out because teams have that quarterback tax. It was Brown to the Panthers last year. This year it's Micah to the Chargers, or Isaiah Simmons to the Cardinals. It's like okay. It's annoying. 7. So this is the pick from the Texans. Yeah, Deshaun Watson probably could use Jamar Chase, but Bill O'Brien in his infinite wisdom. Okay. But the Dolphins, Chase and Tua, LSU and Bama, just working it out. Fine. Bengals 8, Caleb Farley, cornerback out of Virginia Tech. Now, I've been seeing a lot of Bengals getting weapons, wide receiver, offensive line for Burrow, but the other side of the ball matters as well. And like they point out here, William Jackson III is going to hit free agency. I don't see the Bengals retaining him, so they need some help. 9, Falcons and Kwity Paye. So Kwity is the first edge rusher off the board. I think this could happen, especially since Rousseau is not going to be putting up any new tape this year. But Falcons, they've been trying, man. They've been trying to get that edge. Didn't work out with Beasley. Obviously didn't work out with Tack McKinley. Maybe it'll work out with Kwity. 10, Panthers. Hey, Teddy. Putting Wyatt Davis on that offensive line, it'll help out McCaffrey. It'll help out Davis. It'll help out Teddy. Just sexy. After they spent all their draft picks on defense last year, finally, a little hey Teddy. Number 11, the Lions getting Jalen Waddle, so this bothers me. It does. So Waddle, I don't think his draft stock will be hurt that much by the ankle injury, since he should be able to make a full recovery. But, man, so Waddle, Amendola, who, TBD if he's going to be there. I think Bob Quinn and company get washed out this year. Same thing with Patricia. But him, Babytron, Marvin Jones, I mean, come on. 12, we got the Broncos, Sean Wade. Nice little pair up with the Iowa quarterback that they drafted this year. So, yeah, they're getting back Vic Fangio. Always gets his toys. 13, Patriots. So this one is, so we've tied this one together a lot, too, because the Patriots, even though they spent a number of mid-round picks on tight ends this year, they've never really found that replacement for Gronk. So why not take a shot on another Florida tight end? I mean, Kyle Pitts is, not to compare him to another like Florida tight end, but he's a larger Jordan Reed with better durability. I mean, he really is just an absolute problem. 14, so the Vikings here. So remember, Trey Lance is on the board. Sam Cosmi is on the board. Alex Leatherwood's on the board. There's a lot of interesting pieces on the board. But going Greg Rousseau here, edge rusher from Miami. Now, I like Rousseau. He's certainly raw. He certainly would have benefited from coming back and playing at Miami this year. But this is what happens. So I understand and empathize with national writers a lot, because they have to dip their toe into all 32 teams. They can't focus on one team. But there's a reason why all the mock drafts and all the free agency stuff last year, especially the drafts, is like, oh, well, the Vikings, 2 first-round picks. They have to take Yetur Gross-Matos. They have to take AJ Epineza. They have to take an edge rusher because they lost Everson. Well, Afadi, man. Afadi. DJ Wanham's rising up. Jalen Holmes actually looks like he's going to be something. Hercules Mata is working on the edge. You bring back Daniil Hunter. I mean, they let go of Yannick for a reason because it didn't seem like they're going to re-sign him this offseason. So I disagree. I disagree here. I think that if they were going to go defensive line, I think defensive interior makes a lot more sense in this spot. But also, I mean, Trey Lance is on the board. And backtrack about 2-3 months. The thought of getting Trey Lance in the mid rounds, or not the mid rounds, in the middle of the first round, seemed like a pipe dream, right? But things happen, right? And even though I'm sure Trey Lance is going to look great as pro day, he's going to test out the roof at the combine. If this happens, I do not see the Vikings passing up Trey Lance at this spot. So, and then he goes 16 to the Bears, which is just not great. Kyle Trask goes 17 to the Colts, so Kyle Trask over Mac Jones in the spot. Joke goes to the Browns. J.C. Horn goes to the Eagles. They need some help in that secondary. Sam Cosmi falls all the way down to the Jaguars at 21. Now, same thing with Leatherwood. So I would have been perfectly fine. All right, so say that Trey Lance was also off the board, and then you were given the choice, okay, Kyle Trask, Mac Jones, say you couldn't trade out, you had to stick and pick. So you're telling me Russo or Cosmi or Leatherwood or Barmore, I probably would have taken one of the three latter ones. And for me, I probably would have taken Leatherwood, right? And then you do have that flexibility to keep Ezra Cleveland at guard long term if you want to go down that road. Or Leatherwood, of course, had lots of guards experience before he had to kick out, take the place of Jonah Williams at that left tackle spot, opposite of Jedrick Wills last year. So, Yeah, it's fine. It happens. Trey Smith goes to the Jets. Oh, yeah. First you buy the house, and then you get the insurance. Trey Smith into your offensive lineman. Super interesting this year. Rondale Moore falls all the way down to the Titans. That's annoying. Rondale Moore with A.J. Brown. Whew, gets some. Dylan Moses goes to the Chiefs. That's a great pick. And then also, Rashad Bateman. I forgot. Yeah, Rashad Bateman to the Packers, which is makes sense. Less than ideal. And that sucks because I like Bateman, but now I'd have to hate him with the fury of 1,000 suns. So that's just my take and critique. I don't think that the Vikings would pass up if Trey Lance is on the board here. And if they do go a different direction, especially a defensive line, I could see them going Barmore as well as BPA on the offensive line. So TBD there. But your thoughts on our thoughts on their thoughts. Take a look at the USA Today first round mock draft. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Post on the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.